Hello, hello, welcome back. I'm glad you're here for the next installment of Question of the Week. Today the question is, do I need hiking poles for the Camino de Santiago? And so I think while the answer is you don't necessarily need them, I absolutely recommend having at least one. And I have, I think, a pretty good insight into this question because I've never been absolutely yes camp. I am now. But before starting the Camino, I wasn't. I was honestly really stressing about the decision to use them. I hadn't done much hiking really in my life, and I'd certainly never used hiking poles, so I didn't really understand the purpose. I also kind of got psyched out by all these things I saw where people were saying you absolutely need to learn to use them properly. There's a whole rhythm. If you don't, you can really ruin your knees. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. I tried to watch a few YouTube videos and they were like, it was so technical. It just was really stressing me out. So I actually didn't end up buying any before I left. And then when I got to Saint-Jean, I was leaving for Horizon the next morning. And I told myself, you know what? They have hiking poles there. I'm going to just buy one, right? I think it was 25 euros. I got one of the nicer ones with cork handle, kind of adjustable. It has a little bit of suspension. And I said it'll be worth it. If I don't like it, I can donate it on. Let me just see. I think the regret of having one and not wanting it will be worse. It will not be as bad as not having one and wanting it. So that's what I did. I went to the Boutique de Pèlerin, the Pilgrims Boutique, right in the center of Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. I think it's extremely close to the Pilgrims office. They are actually open 7 days a week, at least as of today's date. I think it's March 11th, 2022. They are open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So you can go even before you start your walk, unless maybe you're setting off really early for Roncesvalles. But I was just going to Horizon. So I didn't even leave walking until like 11 in the morning. I went and I picked up one, and I recognized right away that I enjoyed walking with it. I probably didn't really know what I was doing. I tried to more or less match it up with my opposite leg. So I had it in my right hand. So as my left leg was going forward, I don't even know that's right. It was just the rhythm I established. And I almost found, in a sense, it felt like a companion, walking. Not that walking's boring, but it just felt like I was almost accompanied and I was walking alone. So I really enjoyed having it. I saw, especially on the uphill to Horizon, I found it really helpful to be able to kind of push against as I was going up. And yeah, I was happy. I actually ended up buying a second pole in Logroño in a sports store there. I didn't like it as much. It was not a cork handle. Highly recommend cork handles. And I have a whole video on tips and tricks for using walking poles. So check that out, guys, if you want more information. But cork handles are the best, collapsible. I don't get the Z ones, just the ones that you can collapse. I actually have, these are the ones I took in my Camino Aragonés from REI. These are them collapsed down. I did not go for the carbon fiber ones. I just went for the aluminum ones. I like the feel better myself. And then you want to make sure you get at least 1 or 2 sets of rubber tips. I got the ones by Leki. They, L-E-K-I, I don't know if I'm saying that right. They last a long time. The 99-cent ones that I bought, they wore out in 3 days. They were garbage. So pay a little more and get the Leki ones. And then this is the metal tip you definitely want in, more on anytime you're not walking on a paved road. It's a lot helpful. These can slip a little bit. But you definitely want these when you're on pavement because the noise is awful of the clicking poles, but also I felt it vibrated in my hand more. I didn't like the feeling. So I actually just had one of my pockets was basically when I was taking them on and off, I just took them in and out of my pocket. And yeah, they do get dirty, and I had hand sanitizer that I used a lot. But okay, so why do you want poles? A couple quick reasons. So stability, like I said, I just felt more stable. I felt like it helped distribute the load of my pack better. Like I said, reduced boredom, reduced isolation. I felt like it was helped me establish a rhythm that was really fun. I can't really explain it. Let me know if you guys have felt something similar so I don't feel crazy. And then last but not least, It's almost makes me sad to say this, but protection, I suppose from other people, but also animals. I told a story about how on my Camino Aragones last summer, I was attacked by a dog, and I really, really think I would have ended up with some nasty injuries if I didn't have my 2 sticks, and I kind of made this, shape in front of me, and luckily the owner did come, but it was really a terrifying moment. And so I was, I'll always walk with 2 now. And that's the other thing, if you have 2 and you're only using 1, I remember we were we were going into Leon, and it had been pouring rain all day, and the bridge for whatever reason was closed. We had to go this alternative route and go down this hill that had just turned into literally a mudslide. There's a poor older woman who had no hiking pole and was slipping everywhere. So I was able to give her one of mine, and that made me feel really good to be able to help her. So don't worry about using them perfectly. Just go ahead if you don't want to fly with them. If you have concerns, for example, I've never flown with them in my carry-on luggage, so I can't. But I know a lot of people have without getting caught. They say definitely have these tips on them. But pick one up where you start, especially if you're starting in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port or one of the bigger cities that has a Decathlon store or any similar sports stores. So yes, I definitely recommend having hiking poles. And I will see you guys next time for another question of the week. Buen camino.